Hello everyone, my name is Eric Mullins, and today I got an awesome package. I got it from Emi because I usually ship most of my figures there because of the country I'm from, and I use EMS to do it because EMS doesn't screw me with the shipping. Alright, so before I open this up, quick little disclaimer about this guy. I usually ship with EMS because EMS's brokerage fees for passing borders is like usually max 10 bucks. They won't, sometimes they don't even charge you. DHL on the other hand is currently trying to charge me $87 on a product that I had shipped to me that was 200 bucks. That's ridiculous. So I'm gonna have to go pay for my taxes at my local tax bureau and then have them relinquish my package because there's no way I'm paying $87 in brokerage fees. And just before you think, oh, but those are the taxes to your country, they aren't. Paying my taxes when it crosses the border is $35 on my item that I'm getting. So that's why I'm kind of just like, I'm done with DHL, and EMS has been nothing but kind to me. I paid for this on the 27th of September, and they didn't ship it out until like the 11th or 12th of October. It's very frustrating. I guess they just forgot, but luckily, I sent them an email thanks to a really nice person on my figure collection that was like, send them an email, sometimes they just forget, and they immediately shipped it out the next day. And using EMS, where it's 1 week to 3 weeks, it literally showed up in 3 days. I was completely baffled by that. I didn't expect this whatsoever. I got it on the 13th of October, which was a Friday this year. Such a lucky day. I love this day. It's actually the day that I got married with my super cute wife, Vicky. That aside, let's open this girl up and see how she looks. So I already opened up the box a little bit, just because I had to get that thing out. And let's see here. Oh, we've got the Emi. Thank you for supporting, or for shopping with us. Little flyer they give out. This is like a little Halloween one for this year. Honestly, I know a lot of people collect these. I don't know, I don't. I'm kind of sad. I've been collecting things from Emi for over, geez, probably 14 years now, maybe a little bit longer, and I feel like I should have been collecting them. It would have been cool. Oh well, whatever. Okay, I have a lot to say about this thing. First of all, Kotobukiya, I'm a big fan. I have a lot of Kotobukiya statues. I find they're kind of like on the slightly cheaper end of the statue spectrum, but their quality is just amazing, so I don't know. I've been pretty consistently happy with the statues I get from them, but I am pretty selective of the ones that I get. Today, we have the Vulcan Science Officer from TOS, which is the classic series of Star Trek with Kirk and Spock. I'm a huge fan. I grew up on the original series, as well as The Next Generation, then Deep Space Nine, Voyager. I'm a big Star Trek fan. So when I saw that they were going to be doing a series of Star Trek statues, I was like, I kind of hope that they don't do all original series. I mean, this one's absolutely beautiful. Well, I guess we'll get a look at that and see if it's really beautiful. But I kind of hoping that they'll do like a Next Generation and then maybe a Voyager one, so we really see the evolution of the clothing that they wear over the years. I think that'd be really cool. Let's check out this packaging. Oh my goodness, this box is gorgeous. She looks awesome. I love that you have the Enterprise up here. Like, all the colors, the cutout, the decoupage that they have all over this thing is so awesome. It really feels Star Trek-y. I mean, it has kind of like their new Trek logo at the top, which, I don't know, Trek Universe, it's alright, I guess. I think it's okay. Kind of makes me think a little bit of New Trek, which you know what? I haven't seen Strange New Worlds yet. It looks cool. I just haven't given it a shot. I watched most of Discovery, but I'm not particularly a fan of it because it really focuses on action, and I'm more of like the science part of things. But I do really love the cartoon of Star Trek. Lower Decks is pretty great. When I started watching, I was like, you know what? We're not doing a review on Lower Decks. I just thought it was good. Alright, any case, let's get her open. She is so tiny. I've gotten a lot of Kotobukiya statues over the years. I have a lot going on that are pretty big and, well, I mean, I guess she's kind of to scale with the other figures, but it's just everything going on here, especially considering the design and the coloring is so simplistic. So, you know, price point wise, she wasn't too bad, and I'd say that for what you're getting, she does look very well done, despite being a little on the small side. I mean, like, if I compare her to, let's say, Supergirl over here, who's another Kotobukiya statue, I mean, this has a lot going on, a lot more than this, but despite its simplicity, it's still incredibly well done. Let's talk about the base. Kotobukiya, my goodness. You could buy altar statues for $500 a pop, and you don't get bases that are this nice. It's ridiculous how Kotobukiya keeps knocking these epic bases out of the park. They're so beautiful. And you may think, well, that's just a rock and some sand, and it doesn't even look real. It's cheap and fake. Like the original Star Trek series. This looks like a foam cutout rock, and it even looks painted like those foam cutout rocks from back in the 60s. It's awesome. And this fake sand is really great. It's got some highlights and some shading on it, which is pretty cool. This is the sort of thing that so many statue companies just neglect the base, and I'm so happy that they don't here. Her boots look fantastic. She has the zipper on the side, which is really cool, and exactly like the uniforms back in the day. She's got the tights, she has the short skirt. This is so cute and so accurate. I really love it. Her pose is really great, and I have to say I'm very pleased that she's not smiling. I don't know why, but when I saw the initial illustration and promo arts to this, I knew she wasn't smiling, but a part of me kept thinking she was, and when I was gonna get it, I'm like, oh, she'll have a bit of a smile. I don't want that kind of emotional outburst coming from my Vulcan Science Officer. What's really cool is that her skirt from the back, you can see these lines that cut up, and they all kind of go up and into her top right shoulder, and that really feels like the original series, like where the zipper pieces would come down. It actually looks like the full uniform that comes across. I love how it has the little science logo on her chest. She has this amazing satchel that holds her equipment for when she goes on her away missions, which she's clearly on based off of looking at this base over here. She's doing the classic live long and prosper, and she's also got her hand in the back, which is really cute and just kind of like gives her that little cute adorable pose. It actually looks like she'd be posing for a picture. Like, let's say they're down on this space adventure and they're getting all the different people that are on their away mission to pose for photos. Like maybe in the background here we could have some interesting alien scenery, and of course she's not going to smile, but she'll send it to her family because she loves them so much, even though she'd never actually say that. Although maybe she would. I mean, she is Starfleet after all. Odds are she couldn't cut it in the Vulcan Science Academy, or she could really cut it, but she's just too extreme with her methods. Kind of like Talin from Lower Decks. They did a really good job sectioning off the parts of the body that you can see were molded separately and then attached afterwards, in making it look like it's part of the clothing's design. So the lines that you have on her shoulders, it actually looks like it's part of the clothing, which is fantastic. On her wrist, she has the beautiful gold trim, and it's so well painted. There's no like smudges or mistakes. It has the cool little design that we've seen in the past years for Star Trek original series. Her neck collar piece looks fantastic, and it actually looks like her neck is going into it. It doesn't look like it was placed on top or anything weird like that. It really looks like she's wearing clothing. Her nails are painted. It looks like they got that little shine. They're a little pinker than usual, so it almost looks like maybe she has nail polish on. Her ears are very adorable, very well done, and look exactly like in the franchise. This is where I have a bit of a gripe with the figure. When you're looking at her from a straight-on position, she looks fantastic. But the second you start to look at her from too much on the side or a bit on the back of the cheekbones, maybe the jaw, you start to see this line that comes down, and that's clearly one of the lines that they made the face and then tacked it on afterwards, and it's very, very apparent. It's a little disappointing. Even if you look at her from underneath, it kind of looks like she had like a birthday hat on and there's just that rope that goes across. You see that, and it's very off-putting. That's the biggest disappointment that I have with this figure. However, depending on how you're placing her, you're not even going to notice it. It's just for someone like me that a lot of my statues are up high because I live in a very small apartment, so I don't have a lot of space to put a ton of these giant display cabinets. So I tend to put them on top of floating shelves, and I'm going to see this. So I'll have to find a place for her where I don't see this, and that's going to be difficult for me. Her facial features are extremely well done. I love that she has the makeup over her eyes that kind of feels like Spock. It's very nice. She has a little bit of lip gloss on there. It looks really good. All her features are incredibly pointy, and when I say all her features, I mean all of them, from her nails and her fingers, her chin, her nose, her ears, her shoulders. Everything is so pointy, pointy, pointy. and I love it. Usually I like things that are super round, but for a Vulcan, I like the pointiness because I find it matches up so well with, one, their initial design, and two, their personality. And finally, I'll talk about the hair, which is fantastic. This looks like it's all one piece. I mean, I wouldn't think that it would be, but it looks like maybe it was all popped on after the fact. It's not cut up into any kind of weird places. It kind of goes up a little higher in the back, but that's actually very 60s, so I have no complaints about that. It looks fantastic. If you love Star Trek, the original series, you're probably gonna really enjoy this, providing you like anime as well. Because the anime aesthetic in this is very strong, not just in the face, but the pose, the design. And that about sums it up for the Star Trek original series Vulcan Science Officer. She's very nice. I think that she would fit really well in any kind of Star Trek collection in general. Like if I had a original series ship that I could put behind her, that'd be really cool. I'd love to have a giant Enterprise. You have her. You got some cool backgrounds. She'll fit in really nicely. And she's a beautiful piece. She doesn't take up that much space, and she's very, very well done, well painted, well everything. Just that one little line under the chin, like I said, but other than that, you don't see it that much on most angles that you're going to put her in, so it doesn't really matter. If you're on the fence about this one, I would say it's worth picking up. However, if you aren't so sure about it, look at a couple more pictures, maybe on My Figure Collection, by people that have purchased it in their collection, not the actual promotional pictures, though she is very accurate to her promotional pictures, which is kind of cool. It's just it doesn't show all the angles, right? If you like my video even just a little bit, it doesn't cost anything to hit that like, that subscribe, and that notification bell. This way you can be notified when I make other videos, such as this one, or I also do anime review videos, and I sometimes do videos from when I went to Japan that one time. Have an awesome rest of your day, and see you next time. Bye!
Hello, boys.
Oh.